Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto and welcome back to a video on a coin I haven't covered in a very long time. I used to cover this daily, believe it or not, beginning of 2024. I used to cover Pepe and Bonk, which is what we'll talk about in this video daily. But the interest has faded quite a bit over the last couple of months for obvious reasons. If you take a look at the price action right here, obviously from the end of November right here until, well, what was... a couple of weeks ago, the price action has been horrendous. But right now, there's been a turnaround, all right? And that's what I wanted to talk about. We had a beautiful breakout right here above 1500. We're looking at the higher time frames right now, right? Because we'll talk about the technicals. I know that there's some fundamentals we need to talk about as well. But technically, this is beautiful price action. We got back to the same levels as January, February last year, and then we also were able to break out. Then we got a pretty substantial rally, and you can just see this level right here between, well, let's call it 1550 down to the value area high of the brief consolidation we had down here from the beginning of March until the beginning of April. Around 1400. That's our main support level. Our main resistance level at this point of time is also very clear around 2250. So now the big question is as well, all right, technically, and if we're purely talking about the structure, this looks quite good. This is pretty good price action. And I would say, like, if we do not know any of the fundamentals around the markets, that Bonk is going to stay relatively bullish. Now, I am saying relatively bullish, right? Because ultimately, if we really want to see a rally, we still need to break above that level around 2300. That's where a lot of the liquidity is, as you can see. So for now, we've hit the bottom of that huge liquidity zone, which you can also see right here. We've been able to break above the POC right here at 1800, so that's also positive. But to break above another high liquidity zone like this, you need a lot of strength for that, and I do not think Bonk has that on the short term, right? So therefore, and also if you take a look at if you take a look at the altcoin index right here, you can see that's at resistance as well. Historically, that has never broken in one time, right? So this is also likely to pull back first. So therefore, I'm slightly leaning towards saying that, you know, maybe initially we can still have that move in up into 2300 to grab the liquidity there and to allow whales to sell in that area, because there is a lot of liquidity there. So it's quite likely that whales would like to sell there instead of sell everything at 2100. So that is a possibility, but to break above that, I do not expect that. But so that's we'll talk about the technicals a little bit more in a moment. But fundamentally, Bonk has been gaining a lot of attention with Let's Bonk, obviously, which they released and which is gaining a lot of social attention at least. Ansem also talking about Bonk, and just in general, I mean, I quite like their mission and what they've published in the last couple of days, and so does the market, right? So fundamentally, this is good news, but ultimately the technicals, in my opinion, matter more, right? And even though I think fundamentally, and when we're talking about the socials, I still think Bonk is bullish, and that in combination with breaking above this liquidity zone right here, I think there's a quite a high likelihood for Bonk to still reach that higher high first. I mean, Bitcoin at this point of time, as you can see, is also still looking quite good. So that's also positive. That's also a confluence in the right direction. But to break out above that, you need a lot of volume for that, and I do not expect that at once. I think it's more likely that we'll get there, we'll bounce back, and I think we need a retest of this main support level right here between 1550 and 1400 before finding support and then actually gaining enough momentum to get back up there again and to break above that. I'd say that's most likely, but this I also leave in the middle for now. I think this is what you should expect for now. And to be fair, if Bitcoin does not have a great opening this week, this move up, this kind of bearish divergence move up, might not even happen, right? So be aware of that. This is not a move I would trade. I think it's a way better trade to wait for the retest right here. Given the technicals, given the structure, given the fundamentals, I think it's quite likely to get a bounce from there. Also a lot of imbalances to the downside, by the way. But that's what I think you need to know. That's it for now. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and have a great Sunday. Bye.